Right, so we're talking about those bikes back then. This is an era before e-bikes.
Yeah.
What bike were you on back then?
The Ariel, which still lives on.
There you go.
As does the Mist. So the models remain, but they've just come a long way. Still got all the Saracen DNA, but they're sick bikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
would
look
you
pretty
say
different.
that like Saracen was kind of you were a partnership to launch what is now your professional biking career? They kind of helped you along the way, early day. How long were you on them for originally?
2 years,
Okay,
and then, or maybe it's 3.
right.
And they're local. They're in Milton Keynes, so
Yeah.
it's owned by Madison.
Yeah.
They had the Madison Saracen team,
yeah,
and then they've obviously invested a lot in bike development through the World Cup team. They had Danny Hart, didn't they? Greg Williamson, Matt Simmons,
Yeah.
Will Longdon. So they've had
Manon.
Manon, yeah, serious riders developing a serious downer bike. So it's cool.
yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
really, really cool. But you, I mean, obviously, shout out to Propain. 'Cause you've been on Propain for a long time.
Yeah,
10
and they're
years?
such close friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, John, Adam, and Liam, the UK guys, they run that whole UK arm of the business, right? 3 of them do an amazing job. They've been such awesome guys to me, and I'll still go and see them. Love them to bits.
yeah,
But the Saracen offer was really cool. It brought a lot of the brands I work with under one roof through Madison. They distribute G-Technic, ODI, Maxxis, laser helmets,
right.
Saracen.
Yeah.
I'm now on DT Swiss. Shimano I was already on.
Yeah.
Now it's Pro Components. So like a couple of changes and suddenly it's like
You're under one umbrella almost.
under one umbrella,
Yeah,
which makes that stuff really cool. If I do a video project for one sponsor, it can be used by the Madison company and allocated to all the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really,
yeah,
I think it's going to be a cool year of content and stuff because all that stuff will be applicable to lots of different brands. So hopefully they like it too.
yeah. Really cool. I know a lot goes into these changes, doesn't it? Like, you know,
Yeah.
moving bike brand, it's not an easy thing to do. I left like a comment on your Instagram that it isn't easy to walk away from brands that you've been with for so long and the people, because it's like you're just mates as well, aren't you? You know what I mean?
100%.
You guys did
And there's
it so
literally
well.
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with with that, you know? So it's
No.
like tough because, yeah, it's just hard to make the right decision. But I'm stoked. I'm going to have a really good year.
Yeah, hype for it, man.
Yeah, and it'll be similar to last year. I want to do a lot of the same events. I want to race a bit more downhill,
Okay.
which I haven't done for ages. I obviously got the bug for enduro. And
What sort of downhill event is on your
couple of urban
calendar?
ones, which I've been
Yeah.
doing.
Okay.
But some proper like European IXS or I don't even know if they're called that right now.
I think they are
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, the European series because they're like big proper tracks.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be eye-opening because I haven't done that sort of racing for a long time.
Might be a silly question, but you've obviously got your finger on the pulse when it comes to downhill racing in the scene. Like, what's the UK scene like right now?
Amazing tracks.
Yeah.
Still, I haven't done a national now for a little while, so I'd like to do some of those. I think there's really good opportunities for riders to get a taste for downhill at those events.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're big tracks that you can race a national at Fort William,
Yes.
and you're racing an identical track to what the fastest in the world come and do every single year without fail. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
You could almost compare your time. There's like slight changes in the woods, but it's you could race there, do a race run, look at your helmet cam and compare it to the fastest people in the world and see where you were good and where you weren't, because those rocks don't change.
True.
It's always the same.
That is true. That's a fair point. Yeah, I'm just not, even with doing this, like I'm just not personally that tuned into what's actually happening in the UK downhill scene.
Yeah, you don't see as much from it because a lot of the top elites don't go to them as much.
Yeah.
When I did it, as I was a junior and around those years, all the, like Steve Pete was there, Brendan was there, everyone was there. So it was like the best riders in the UK, always. So that was really exciting. And what that meant is then the magazine coverage would be really strong, or the video coverage would be really strong because you're seeing your heroes at your national events. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Downhill racing for you, before you were following a path trying to be one of the fastest riders in the world. Now you've moved on a bit in life and are revisiting it. How do you think that'll change your approach to like racing and stuff. Can you think about that and answer it just after this ad break? Davey.
Ollie.
It's the ad break, but I've still got some questions for
Okay,
you.
sure.
Okay?
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
all
here
right?
for it.
Can I go through them?
Yeah, of course. What you got?
Have you ever had mud in your eye?
Oh, of course.
Have you ever had mud on your glasses or goggles?
I unfortunately have, yes.
Have you even had mud on the lens of your GoPro?
It ruins clips.
It really does, doesn't
It's
it?
so annoying.
Well, I've actually realised recently that all of the above are totally avoidable with one simple step. Mudhugger!
All right, mate. Now the secret's out about Mudhugger. I use the Mudhugger bolt-on long, and it's the easiest way to improve your winter rides, all right? In fact, it actually improves your rides beyond this deep, treacherous winter, as one thing you can bet on is that we will always find puddles or loose dirt wherever we ride our mountain bikes, especially in the UK.
You're not wrong about that. Actually, doing this ad, I found out a thing that I didn't know about Mudhugger, which makes me like it even more.
Oh.
Even more than keeping the mud out of my eyes.
Hey, you ever had snow in your eye?
I've actually had. Is this time for this? Why not? I've actually had dog poo in my eye with maggots on. That really happened in my life. Yeah.
And this is going to stop that.
I wish I had a Mudhugger back then. I really do.
It changed its colour, didn't it? No, go on, Cara.
I found out
Yeah.
that this is made in the UK and it's made from recyclable plastic. That makes it infinitely cooler, doesn't it?
That is really, really cool. I have been noticing for a long time it's used by some of the world's fastest downhill riders.
Yeah.
Not just us.
No, it's not just
Bruni.
us. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Bernard Kerr uses one all the time. There's
But
loads
it's
of
got
people.
quite nice graphics on his as well, I noticed. It's quite cool. Yeah.
Yes.
There's various bolt-on options for most forks, and then there's also this. This is the classic. This is like the zip tie version, the
Yes.
Mudhugger Evo zip tie.
Yes.
Which, to be honest, used for years. But the bolt-on version is really nice, isn't it? It's really clean looking.
It is really clean looking. Now, this is one of those products that you probably just, well, you know you need it, but it's one of those things you probably just keep putting off.
Absolutely.
You're riding around, you're squinting, you've got maggots in your eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got water, snow, all of the UK conditions are in your face.
Right now, they really are.
They're really in your face.
Yeah.
But you just probably need a little bit of a kick up the old Mudhugger to get one, right? So,
I agree.
How about we give the companionship a discount?
We are quite good at this.
We are good at this.
We're kind to you.
got a
That's
discount.
right. We've got a discount code, and it is lowercase the Ride Companion 10 numbers 10 at themudhugger.co.uk. What's that, Davey?
At themudhugger.co.uk.
So that's lowercase the Ride Companion 10 numbers 10, all without any spaces. And what does that give us?
That is going to give you 10% off everything on site.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty cool,
And when
man.
we say everything, the mud doesn't stop at the front end.
No.
Let's be honest. As seen in this clip featuring none other than TRC alumni Win Masters, the Mudhugger rear is also available. And it leaves you squeaky clean after even the most miserable ride. And I just went on a really miserable ride with Win.
Yep.
And he was honestly annoyingly clean.
That is annoying. He just hopped
Yeah.
in the van straight after, right?
He literally did, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even bother looking. He just jumped straight in.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And it saves your washing machine. So think how much money that can save further down the line.
Actually, so much.
Yeah, not just from cataracts or whatever you've ended up with.
Exactly. I need the rear, honestly, because currently I've got a pile of clothes outside my house. I couldn't be bothered to clean the dirt off before I put in the washing
There you
machine.
go. Simple piece of plastic made in Wales that's made from recyclable material is the choice.
That's right. You're only one code away from getting yourself kitted out for the winter. The Ride Companion 10, once again, is the discount code. Get yourself one for 10% off at themudhugger.co.uk.
At themudhugger.co.uk.
That's right, Davey. At themudhugger.co.uk.
Cheers, Mudhugger.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah,
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
So
And
they
on
can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.